and welcome to The Magic of Neuroplasticity. I'm Samantha of Learning Success, and I'll be your host for this video series. Scientists used to think that the brain did not change. Fortunately, that has been absolutely disproven. Unfortunately, the belief still seems to hang around, and it's a very terrible and very damaging belief. This video is part of an initiative to try and dispel that belief, so that today's children will have a brighter future. In this series, we present stories from people who have actually seen neuroplasticity in action. In this video, we have Dr. Eugene Charles. Dr. Charles is a highly respected chiropractic physician and applied kinesiologist in New York City. Known for his natural and holistic approach to healing, his reputation is one of integrity, straightforwardness, and a wealth of information on the principles of health. Dr. Eugene Charles recently authored the award-winning book, Journey to Healing: The Art and Science of Applied Kinesiology. In this video, Dr. Eugene Charles talks about treating ADHD with kinesiology.
My name is Dr. Eugene Charles. I'm a doctor of chiropractic and applied kinesiologist. And Ollie has been coming to me for about 2 months now. And he was given a diagnosis of attention deficit disorder, or ADHD. When I first started practice, it used to be called dyslexia or hyperkinesis. I'm sure before I finish practice, it'll be named something else, and I'm going to keep treating it the same way because I don't treat the condition, I treat the person with the condition. And I found in my 30 years in practice that it's basically a functional problem. The brain, we've now learned, is very plastic, they call it, that it can actually model, that we can continue to make new brain cells and change pathways. It used to be thought that brain cells didn't regenerate and it was very rigid like a model, and it's not true. It's very pliable, and brain cells, neurons, pathways can all change, especially when you're young. So Ollie first came in, and you could tell he's a very intelligent kid, and I say this with a lot of boys, since the diagnosis is more boys, that they're usually highly intelligent. And I often tell them they were like born with a Ferrari, but nobody taught them how to drive it. Then they get more frustrated and they crash into walls and they cause trouble. And it's not really a problem of deficit, it's a problem of like too much, and they don't know how to handle it. I work with the nervous system, and I make sure that they can receive and transmit information. In kinesiology, we find it's a problem with processing information, because while the nervous system controls every muscle, gland, and organ in the body, it really just does two things. It receives and transmits information. So it receives it, it processes it, and then it sends it out. So I work with the processing, the CPU of people. So even when Ollie first came in, he even had his pants on backwards. And this is a very common thing. I'll have patients come in, young or older, and I'll say, okay, lie face down, and they go face up. Or I'll say, turn to your left, and they turn to the right. Now this is a sign of what we call in kinesiology neurological disorganization. It's just a problem really of a sensory overload, which in this day and age is very, very common. So a lot of times people will get into this disorganization and they might get out of it, but they might not. And that's where I come in. When Ollie returned for a second visit, the first thing I noticed is his pants were on right. And then I could also see he had a little less of that hyperactive energy, a little defensive was there. And then when we worked on him again, I didn't have to do his skull as much, so I worked some other muscles, and he had so much tension. When I was working some reflexes we use for the brain in kinesiology, he was ticklish and running all over the place and squirming. And I explained to him, I go, you know, ticklish and pain are the same thing to the nervous system. It means there's congestion, there's something not right there, and he grasped that. So I can see how sharp he is. And as I use the Ferrari analogy often, he has all that there, and it has trouble getting out, and it leads to frustration, and all that energy gets blocked up. When Ollie came for his third visit, and I started treating him and working on him, he started stretching in the middle of the treatment. And that tells me, again, tension is being relieved from his body. When range of motion improves, when flexibility improves, when he starts yawning, when he starts stretching. And then the fourth time I saw him, I was running up and down his spine with a percussor, a very wonderful device to take tension out of the body. And so when we were running up and down the spine, he went from squirming to just, all those four different things, the range of motion, the yawning, the stretching, the lack of tickling, are signs that we're making positive changes in this young man's nervous system. that can only be good. And since the nervous system controls every muscle, gland, organ in the body, he is going to be better, feel better, and do better with this kinesiological, with this natural therapy that we're doing. And what really I think is wrong is we take a boy like Ollie, who's obviously highly intelligent, who has all this energy, and we expect him to sit still for 8 hours, not have an original thought, and just sit like an automaton or a robot. I don't agree. I think it stifles individuality within reason. I mean, we all have to play within the rules, but I don't think we have to keep getting it smaller and smaller and smaller. We have to give people room to grow. That's what made this country great, as far as I know, individual achievement while staying, of course, within an interdependent and productive society. So what I do, what applied kinesiologists, chiropractic, massage therapists, nutrition therapy, all these things are natural. They work with the body. The body wants to be healthy. Get the different nervous tension worked out of the body through the spine, through the muscles, by releasing the jaw, which is a very powerful receptor-based thing for the nervous system. Get this natural therapy done. And like I've said before, what if I'm not right? Well, everything I'm doing is healthy anyway. I challenge anybody to say, oh, the things you're doing, oh, they don't work, they're doing this. All right, I won't even argue with you. Are they good for you? I believe natural therapies are the way to start. I don't think you should just start throwing chemicals, all of which have a reaction. Now, I'm not saying it's never needed, but why not start with natural therapies? That's what I always feel. My father, who was a mechanic, taught me something. When something's not working in the car, replace the fan belt before you replace the entire engine. And I feel with people, before you start medicating them, try these natural therapies. Try the kinesiology, the chiropractic, the massage, the meditation, the exercise, the healthy diet. Try it first. You're just going to get healthier, and I'll bet it'll actually take care of the situation. Albert Einstein, it was well known, he was not good at math at first. He was a daydreamer. If he was born here and now, they would have thrown Einstein on medications, and I believe we could have lost the greatest mind of the 20th century. Well, I'm here to do my work to make sure we don't lose the greatest mind of the 21st century.
Thank you, Dr. Charles. We have so much to learn about the mind-body connection. We hope this inspires you to make the most of your own and your child's cognitive development, because brains do change, and those who continually work to improve their brain can reap tremendous rewards. You are not stuck with the brain that you were born with. If you found this video helpful, please share it and use the hashtag MON for the magic of neuroplasticity. Thanks for watching and sharing. In case no one has told you yet today, the fact that you are watching this means you're an amazing parent. I appreciate you for showing up and doing the work it takes to embrace your child's brilliance and unleash their true potential.